Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I'm your host Safa and you're watching Crime Pod. Today's case is a distressing one as it involves innocent children being dragged into dastardly plans of two sick individuals who in their bid to make some quick money unabashedly took two children away from their parents. And what followed afterwards is as appalling of a tale as it can be. Today's case is the case of Sanjay and Geeta Chopra, also known as Ranga Billa case. Born to Indian Navy Captain M.M. Chopra and his wife Roma, Sanjay and Geeta Chopra were both bright and intelligent students of their schools. Geeta, 2 years older than her brother, was a second-year commerce student at Jesus and Mary College of New Delhi, while 14-year-old Sanjay attended Modern School, New Delhi and was in 10th standard. The family lived in the officer enclave Dolakun and was respected around the neighborhood. Now let's talk about Kuljeet Singh and Jaspreet Singh, who went by aliases Ranga, Hus and Billa respectively. Ranga, a truck driver later turned taxi driver, was introduced to Billa via mutual acquaintance by the name of Shyam Singh. According to Ranga, Shyam had told him that Billa was a hardened criminal who had murdered two Arab men. Ranga and Billa soon started hanging out with each other and using Ranga's taxi kidnapped a boy in Bombay. They took the boy to Ranga's house and keeping him there for a while, they let him go. A short while after this, Shyam Singh was nabbed by authorities and Ranga and Billa were worrying that he will spill beans on them. So in order to save their necks, both men decided to flee. They first went to Surat with another man in his car and from there took a bus to Ahmedabad. From Ahmedabad, they hopped onto a train and reached Delhi on August 16, 1978. They started living under fake names and were planning on going on a criminal spree. For that, they jacked a Fiat from outside the Ashoka Hotel and changed its number plate as Billa had a number of fake number plates painted. On 17th of August, they again stole a car but quickly abandoned it as its condition wasn't up to mark. On 18th of August, Ranga went to Panipat to visit his sister on Raksha Bandhan festival and the next day they stole another car but again they had to abandon it as its acceleration was faulty. Few days later, on August 23rd, Ranga and Billa, who had two Kripans with them, threatened to kill two people named Jugal and Keval. On August 24, they rented a room in Majlis Park and paid for 2 months in advance. They had now hatched a plan to kidnap couples, steal their belongings and extort money from their families. They roamed the city looking for potential targets, but to everyone around them's luck found none until the fateful day of August 26, 1978. Let's move to the main part of our story when the monsters coiling in the shadows looking for opportunities struck and snuffed out the happiness of a family. Saturday, August 26, 1978, Geeta, who was to compare a music on demand show on All India Radio that day, left her house at around 6:15 p.m. with her brother Sanjay, who had a small part on the show as well. M.M. Chopra told the kids that after the show ends, they are to wait outside AIR building and he will pick them up. It was raining all day long and it was difficult to traverse. The siblings got a lift from a man named M.S. Nanda, who dropped them off at Gold Dog Khana. This was around 6:30 p.m. The siblings waited for a few minutes, looking for another ride, which could take them to AIR building, which was in Sansad Marg. It was at this point when Ranga and Billa, who for the past few days were looking for potential targets, laid their eyes on them and pulled their stolen mustard-colored Fiat near them. Sanjay and Geeta hopped in and the car began to move, but the way it was going wasn't going to get them to AIR building. Geeta took notice of this and started to become agitated. At this, Ranga and Billa pulled out their kirpans and threatened the siblings to be quiet. The siblings didn't comply and a struggle ensued, during which Sanjay's shoulder got injured. Hearing this commotion, an electronics shop owner looked towards the car and saw two teenagers struggling in the car as the car sped out at the Gold Market intersection. He immediately reported this to police, but the car's number, which was HRK 8930, was mistakenly noted as MRK 8940. Nonetheless, a routine wireless alert was issued to patrolling police jeeps. Around the same time, police received another call. The caller, Inderjeet Singh Nattu, a junior engineer at Delhi Development Authority, told the officers that he was on his scooter when a mustard-colored figure sped past him. He said that as he heard faint screams of a woman, he accelerated and got near the car and took a peek inside. There were two teenagers sitting at the back seat. One of them, a boy, looked at him and pointed at his shoulder, which seemed to be injured. He said that the girl was involved in a scuffle with the driver, who was driving with one hand while his other hand was busy fighting off the girl. He said that as they reached the crossing of Mandir Marg in Park Street, the car broke the traffic signal and vanished out of view. According to Inderjeet Singh, the duty officers, who were later suspended, told him that this incident took place outside their jurisdiction and they couldn't do anything. They also said to him that maybe it was a relationship problem, not a kidnapping. At around 8 p.m., M.M. Chopra and his wife tuned into All India Radio. They, like any other parents, were proud and eager to listen to them, but the girl comparing wasn't Geeta. M.M. Chopra and his wife Roma thought that maybe they replaced her at the last minute, and Chopra decided to go and pick his children up. But when he reached there, they were not there. He called home. Roma picked it up. Are Geeta and Sanjay home? No, they are not. Is everything alright? Replied Roma in question, as she could sense the tension in her husband's voice. M.M. Chopra, who was now getting a little worried, went to All India Radio's office and inquired about his kids, but was told that they no-showed the program and were replaced last minute. M.M. Chopra started to desperately search for his kids, but they were not anywhere. And at around 10 p.m., with having knocked every door and dialing every number, he went to police and reported them missing. As M.M. Chopra was filing the complaint, the kidnappers Billa and Ranga strode into Wellington Hospital. Billa had a gash on his head and was there to get medical treatment. The doctors there took a pseugraph of his head, and when asked how he got the gash on his head, Billa and Ranga, who were using false names, told that they were attacked by thieves near Kali Mandir on Bangla Sahib Road, and the thieves, who made away with their watch, hit him with an iron rod. The on-duty constable Rangbir Singh informed Mandir Marg police station, which dispatched two policemen, Sub-Inspector Ram Chandar and Constable Harish Ram, for further questioning. They arrived at the hospital to see that Billa and Ranga were trying to leave. They asked Ranga and Billa to take them to the location where they were supposedly mugged. And when they reached there using Ranga and Billa's car, which had DHI 280 as its number, they found no sign of a struggle there whatsoever. They asked Ranga and Billa to accompany them to police station and took their details and asked them to report again in the morning. They didn't, and the number of their car was later found out to be that of a two-wheeler. M.M. Chopra kept on looking for Sanjay and Geeta. He even went to Wellington Hospital. For 2 days, M.M. Chopra and Roma were living in constant mental agony. But deep down in their hearts, there was a slight glimmer of hope. But on 28th of August, a discovery made by a cowherd in Delhi Ridge snubbed it. At around 6 p.m. on August 28, Dhani Ram, a cowherd, while grazing his cows, came across two decomposing bodies. He ran to report it to police. Sub-Inspector Harichand went to investigate. And soon, as police were looking for two missing kids, they thought that maybe these bodies are theirs. So they called M.M. Chopra and Roma to come identify them, which they did with tears streaming down their faces. On 29th of August, police surgeon Bharat Singh examined the bodies of two children. They were in advanced stage of decomposition, and Bharat Singh wasn't able to determine whether the girl was sexually violated or not, but found stab wounds on both bodies and the girl's jaw was broken. Whoever had done this was a monster amongst human ilk. M.M. Chopra took to the media, and the news of the two kids brutally murdered became the mainstay of every newspaper, radio and TV program. Pressure was swelling and witnesses were coming forth. This caused police to pull all their focus on this case. They had two suspects on their radar, the two individuals who showed up at Wellington Hospital on the very day of Sanjay and Geeta's vanishing, And then, them acting strangely was proof enough that these were the two men described by multiple witnesses. And police went to Majlis Park. They were gone, but the car was there. It was the same make described by the witnesses, but the number was different. The owner of the car, Ashok Kumar, was traced, and he told authorities that it was indeed his car, but it was stolen within a few weeks of its purchase. He opened the car using his key, and from inside, several number plates were retrieved. These numbers were DEA 1221, HRF 5411, HRK 8930, DHD 3548, and DHI 280. DHI 280, the number used by Billa and Ranga during their visit to Wellington Hospital, was painted over the original number plate. The car was sent over to Centre Forensic Science Laboratory, where Dr. G.D. Gupta was able to find finger and palm prints. Dirt, fibers of hair, and cigarette butts were found on driver's foot mat. Hair was found on the rear seat of the car as well. There were blood stains on various places. The dirt samples from the driver's foot mat matched the soil from where the bodies were recovered. Police were now sure that Billa and Ranga were the monsters behind this grisly act. But where were they? Bombay police was made aware and they were on alert looking for the duo. The pictures of Billa and Ranga were shared with media, and soon everyone in India was on the look for them, and authorities were sure that the cat and mouse chase between them and the killers were about to end. September 8, 1978, Billa and Ranga hopped onto the Kalka Mail as it slowed near Yamuna River Bridge near Agra. Unfortunately for them, the compartment they entered was reserved for military personnel, who asked them to show their ID, upon which the duo got into a scuffle with the army men and were quickly subdued. One of the army men, Last Naik A.V. Shetty, recognized the evil faces he had seen in the newspaper. The following day, Inspector V.P. Gupta collected them at New Delhi railway station. Both were kept at non-adjoining cells. Their belongings were searched and their clothing had bloodstains on them. Upon their medical examination, doctors found multiple bruises on their bodies, and Billa had sutures on his head, estimated to be at least 15 days old. Fingerprints, hair and saliva samples from them were collected on September 12th, and on 13th, acting on Billa's information, police travelled to Sitanagar, Agra and recovered one of their kirpans. The other one had already been found upon their arrest. On 22nd of September, Ranga made a confession, and according to police resources, it was voluntary. A month after that, Billa made a similar confession, but both later retracted their confessions. The bloodstains on their clothing belonged to blood group AB, the same blood group as Sanjay and Geeta. Blood group A found in the car and hair found on the girl's body belonged to Billa, while the fingerprints and hair samples retrieved from the car matched Ranga. The psychographs of Billa's skull were also a match. Their trial began, and it was established that Billa and Ranga first met each other in Bombay through Shyam Singh as a mutual friend. The trio had intentions of starting activities there and using a taxi kidnapped a boy, but for some reason they let the boy go. Soon afterwards, Shyam Singh got nabbed, and dreading that he will rat them out, Billa and Ranga came to Delhi. They had planned to enact their plans for Mumbai in Delhi, and for that, they jacked a car and started looking for potential victims. They were having a dry patch, but on August 26, 1978, they batted their eyes at Sanjay and Geeta, two innocent kids who, unaware of their evil intentions, fell into their snare. The kids were conversing in English, so Billa and Ranga thought that they must belong to a rich household. The kids soon noticed that something was amiss and started to quarrel with them, during which Sanjay got injured. This was when Indrajit Singh Nattu took note of them and approached the car. Ranga at this point suggested to lose the kids and flee, but Billa refused. After managing to shrug Indrajit off their trail, they stopped and changed the car's number plate to DHI 280. They bought ice cream and coke and offered it to kids, who at first refused but accepted the ice cream after Billa and Ranga said that they will be let go. They asked the kids about their parents, at which Geeta said that their father is a naval officer. Ranga, upon hearing this, again suggested to let the kids go, but Billa again refused and told the kids that they will be let go, but first they have to help them. He told Geeta that she would be used in a robbery in which she is to stop a jeweler's car near Palam airport asking for a lift. They veered on to an unpaved road, took Sanjay about 100 yards away from the car. Billa handed Ranga the 3-foot-long kirpan and asked him to finish the boy off. But just after one blow, Ranga was unable to continue, after which Billa took over and did the dastardly deed himself. As Ranga stayed behind to clean the blade, Billa went back to the car and raped Geeta. When Ranga returned, Billa asked him to do the same, and as her disturbing ordeal began again, Geeta took the kirpan and struck Billa in the head, thus giving him the gash. She ran a bit but was caught and was told to dress. Billa and Ranga told her that they were taking her to her brother, but as soon as the girl had her back to them, Billa attacked her, killing her on spot. After this, they left and washed the car to get rid of evidence. They went to Wellington Hospital, but their visit there brought them on police radar. On August 28, Billa went to Bombay and Ranga, who was behind, came in the know of police from Bombay, being in Delhi looking for them. He changed the car's number plate and parked it a few lanes away from Majlis Park, where it was found on August 31st. Ranga was among the crowd, looking as police were taking it away. On the same day, Billa came back from Bombay and they left for Agra. They had plans of fleeing but were caught on Kalka Mail. This whole timeline was from Ranga's retracted confession, and Billa's confession was a little different. According to him, it was Ranga who instigated everything. Before court, they both pled not guilty. Billa said that he was in Bombay from August 25th to September 1st and his head injury was received when he was trying to steal a car in Agripada, Mumbai. He said that he and Ranga were wanted in false cases in Bombay. So they fled to Delhi on August 15th, and on August 18th on Raksha Bandhan, they visited Ranga's sister in Panipat. They left Delhi on August 25th and his head injury happened on August 28th. On 31st of August, they came back to Delhi and was informed that police were looking for them in the double murder. They tried to escape to Madras but were caught and were forced into making false confession. He said that the kirpans were indeed theirs but were also planted evidence by police, just like the bloodstains on the clothes, which according to them were clean when they were taken. Several witnesses, which included members of police force and staff of Wellington Hospital, were called before court, and the evidence which was against them left only one outcome possible in this case, and that came into fruition on when Kuljit Singh, also known as Ranga Khus, and Jaspeer Singh, also known as Billa, were convicted and sentenced to death for offences such as Section 302 murder, 34 common intention, 363 kidnapping, 365 kidnapping with unlawful confinement, 366 kidnapping a woman with intention of sexual intercourse, and 367 kidnapping with intention to cause hurt. For the next 4 years, their sentences couldn't be carried out as they kept on appealing, and all of them were repudiated. Their sentence was finally carried out on 31st of January 1982. Billa, who till his last breath proclaimed his innocence, was silent, while Ranga put a little resistance as they were taken to the gallows. In 1978, 2 new awards named Sanjay Chopra Award and Geeta Chopra Award were instituted by Indian Council for Child Welfare. In 1981, the siblings were awarded with Kriti Chakra, an award given for valor and courage. The case was covered in television docu-series Bhamar, and Sony TV's Crime Patrol also did a 2-episode special on the case in 2018. Now before we end this case, I have an advice for everyone. Please look after yourself and your children. Bad things don't come knocking and certainly don't discriminate. This case took place in 1970s. Compared to today's day and age where crime is rampant, those were the halcyon days. So my advice is to keep an eye about you and escort your loved ones when they need to go anywhere. We cannot leave everything to law enforcement. The adage of better safe than sorry is a good one to abide by. That's all about the case of Sanjay and Geeta Chopra. I hope you liked the case study with me. If you do, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment if you have any suggestion, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and ring the notification bell so you're never gonna miss any of my future uploads. Stay tuned for my next video. This is Safa signing off with Crime Pod.